Hello everyone, welcome to all of you. Myself Ankit. This is the second video for class 8th, subject computer, chapter number 1st. That is operating system graphical user interface. In previous video, I have discussed about the operating system, its types and features. In this video, I am going to discuss about the one of the feature of operating system, that is user interface. Okay, so now let's start. So first of all, what is interface? So the meaning of interface, that is the point, that is the medium by which two systems meet and interact with each other. Okay, interface is the medium or point by which two systems meet and interact with each other. Okay, similarly in computing, user interface is the medium by which a user interacts with the computer and pass instructions to it. Okay, so what is user interface? That refers to the hardware or software mechanism. Means whenever both hardware and software are available, means both are working together, by which a user interacts with the computer, and gives instructions to it. That is called user interface. Okay, and in simple language we can say user interface is the medium by which a user understands the computer and the computer understands the instructions from user. Okay, so in computer, operating system is act as an interface. Okay, next is types of user interface. So commonly there are two types of interfaces. First is CUI and second is GUI. So let us discuss now about CUI first. Okay, so CUI interface is based on commands. Okay, so using CUI, the user interact with the computer through commands or by typing commands on display screen. We used commands for every operation in CUI. Here we does not use mouse for pointing, moving, copying and deleting operations. For each and every operation in CUI, we have to type commands. This is the important point. For each and every operation in CUI, we have to type commands. For example, for moving file or folder, for copying any file or folder or deleting any file, we have to type commands. Okay, that's why this interface is not a good choice for the beginners, as they have to memorize a good range of different commands. So this is the command based user interface and also known as command line interface. Okay, so the operating system which supports CUI are Unix and DOS. So these are the popular operating system which supports CUI. Okay, so now next one is GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. Okay, so this interface is based on graphics. We all know that what is graphic? Graphics are the images and pictures. Okay, so that's why, or because of it, it is also known as user friendly interface. That means it provides various graphical elements like icons, menus, buttons, etc. In this, we can use different devices also, such as mouse, keyboards, etc. for interaction with the system. By using mouse, we can easily move, copy and delete the files and folders. Means here no need of typing commands for any operation. It is a good choice for beginners. And Windows is the operating system which is most popular, that supports GUI. Okay, so what is the main difference between CUI and GUI is CUI is the command based interface, whereas GUI is the graphical based interface. Okay. Next one is, the next heading is advantages of GUI over CUI. Okay, so now let's discuss about the advantages of GUI over CUI. The first one is GUI interface is much attractive and appealing, whereas CUI interface is less appealing. Okay, next one is GUI is easier to learn and more user friendly due to the presence of various graphical elements like icons, menus, buttons, etc. Whereas CUI is a command based interface, or we can say text based interface, so hence is not as user friendly as GUI. Okay, the next one is GUI. In GUI, no need to learn the complicated commands, whereas in case of CUI, the user have to memorize many commands to operate and control a CUI. Next one is GUI allow a user to work with multiple programs at the same time, whereas CUI does not offer the ability to work with multiple programs. Multiple tasks can be run together at the same time in GUI, whereas only one task can be executed at a particular point of time in CUI. Okay, so these are the some advantages of GUI over CUI. Okay, next point is disadvantages of GUI over CUI. So means there are lots of advantages of GUI over CUI, but there are some limitations or disadvantages of GUI also over in CUI. Okay, the first one is in GUI it needs more system resources to load the various graphics elements such as icons, fonts, etc. The meaning of system resources is RAM and storage. Okay, so to operate various elements of GUI like icons, fonts, the GUI system needs more memory, more internal memory, that is the system resource, whereas in case of CUI it does not, means it uses less system resources. Okay, means it needs less RAM. Next one is GUI is slower than CUI and CUI works faster than GUI. Next one is GUI occupies much larger space from secondary storage, whereas CUI needs less space. Last one is GUI is more expensive, whereas CUI is less expensive. So these are the means some disadvantages of GUI over CUI. Okay, so now I hope this is the end of the chapter. Okay, and I hope you have learned very much from these two videos. Okay, later I will send you the question answers of first chapter. Okay, thanks to everyone. That's all.